So I'm going to double what you asked for. I said, I know I'm called to do it. I said, wow, that's just so humbling somebody. And that's why I love to do what I do. But today, we're going to read page 77. If y'all don't have your books, I got mine. Right? They have books, right? All right. Page 77, it says conclusion. It says, these are simple but powerful steps in this workbook that you can use when you don't know what to do. There are simple but powerful steps in this workbook that you can use when you don't know what to do. What about when you blow it? That's a great question, and I'm glad you asked it. Just acknowledge it, relabel it as valuable lessons learned, and put it in your what not to do next file. You must also forgive those who failed you. Parents, siblings, children, bosses, spouses, friends, enemy, and things like that. Severing the chains to your past restores options for the future. When you've been stuck a long time, forward momentum. Everybody say forward. Forward. Say forward. Forward. Say forward. Forward. Forward momentum can seem impossible. And you can learn that life lesson from a car when the tires are stuck in the mud. You lack direction, energy, and confidence. What to do? Another great question, and I'm glad you asked it. Getting traction requires the willingness to act in spite of our feelings. Too many of us just accept our lives. We don't become leaders of ourselves. As a result, we can't get out of our own way. Everybody say, move you. Move you. You in your own way. It's an inside job. It says, as a result, we can't get out of our own way. Holocaust survivor Eli Wiesel wrote in Souls on Fire that when you die and go to meet your maker, you're not going to be asked why you didn't become a messiah or find a cure for cancer. All you're going to be asked is, why didn't you become you? Why didn't you become all that you are? Fulfilling God's will for your life requires taking responsibilities for yourself and your life. How do you do that? Another great question, and I'm glad you asked. By saying yes to God first, then to yourself. Every time you say yes, you open up yourself to your God-given potential and to the greatest of possibilities. If you're used to saying no, you may find this difficult. If that is true in your case, then at least be willing to say maybe. Never forget that you are unique. Never forget that you are unique. I remember years ago I was watching basketball. I love watching basketball. And when I was watching the basketball game, it was the Houston Rockets had won the NBA championship that previous year. They was in the playoffs this particular year, and they was in the playoffs, and they was in the fourth quarter, and they were losing by a great deficit. And as they was losing, it looked like it was over. So the coach looked at the team struggling, so he said to the referee, let me get a timeout. So as the team, he called the timeout when the team was coming off of the field, the coach looked down to his opponent, and his opponent was down there celebrating because they thought it was over. Everybody say they thought it was over. They was down there celebrating because they thought it was over. So the coach had the timeout. He came in the huddle. The Houston Rockets coach came in the huddle, and he talked to his team. The team went back out there on the court. They eventually won the game, and they had become two-time world champions. Now, after the celebration, the television network showed an excerpt of that last timeout. In that last timeout, the Houston Rockets coach, when he seen the people down there celebrating because they thought it was over, he knew instantly what he was going to tell his team. So in that excerpt, he told his team, never underestimate the heart of a champion. When I was addicted to crack cocaine, a lot of people thought it was over. When I was addicted to heroin, a lot of people thought it was over. When I was going in and out of prison and in and out of rehabs, a lot of people thought it was over. But they never should have underestimated the heart of a champion. Each of you are unique. Each of you are gifted. Each of you are talented. Each of you possess a heart of a champion. And no matter what nobody says, you are very unique. This morning, I woke up this morning and I was studying and one of the scriptures, two scriptures that came to me and then I stopped studying. One of them was Jeremiah 7, let me see. One of them was Jeremiah 7:24, and it said, "Yet they did not obey or incline their ear, but followed the counsels and the dictates of their evil hearts. And they went backwards and not forward." Everybody say anywhere. Anywhere. But backwards. But backwards. Say anywhere. Anywhere. But backwards. And another scripture right behind that was Jeremiah 15:6. He says, "You have rejected and forsaken me, says the Lord. You keep going in reverse." Say anywhere. Anywhere. But backwards.